Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing well. Today I have a problem from Iran University entrance exam from actually this few months ago in 2023. So the problem is related to the calculus category, or we are gonna evaluate the limits of this function, okay? Limit of g of x, x goes to 0, given f of x is x times gx plus 1, and f of x itself is minus 1 plus sine x divided by 1 plus sine x, the whole term to the power of 2, okay? How to solve this problem? Note that the university entrance exam, typically each problem you should solve it in 2 or maximum 3 minutes, okay? However, I'm gonna explain and you get an idea how to solve this problem very fast. So in this problem, if first of all, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna calculate the limit of g of x, x goes to 0. So the best thing is, based on this relation, what would be g of x? So g of x is f of x minus 1 divided by x. Okay, great. Now note that f of x itself is given as this guy here, is a trigonometric function. When x goes to 0, okay, x goes to 0, limit of this thing, x goes to 0, this x will be 0, and what is gonna be numerator? So x goes to 0 means instead of sine x you put 0, sine of 0 is 0, and in the denominator it's gonna be 1 plus 0 as well. So the whole thing minus 1 to the power of 2 will be plus 1, okay? That means f of x will be plus 1. 1 minus 1 divided by 0 will be 0 divided by 0. Whenever you come up with something like this, or in another examples, infinity divided by infinity, okay? These are called undefined limits, okay? And the fastest way, easiest way, especially when you are attending to the exam, is using, we call it the Hopital or L'Hopital rule. So it's called Hopital or Hopital's rule. What is Hopital or L'Hopital rule says? It says whenever you come up with undefined limits such as 0 divided by 0, infinity divided by infinity, limit of the function, for example, g of x, x goes to 0, is gonna be limit of g prime of x when x goes to 0, okay? So x in general goes to anything, right? But in this scenario, x goes to 0. Okay, that means this makes our job easier. Why? Because g of x is f of x minus 1 divided by x. Now take a derivative versus x. What is gonna be the result? So we are gonna focus on this one. So limit of, so g prime x will be f prime x. What is the derivative of 1 is 0. What is the derivative of x in the denominator is going to be 1. That means g prime x is f prime x, right? That's it. So then we are going to calculate limit of g prime x, x goes to 0, or limit of f prime x when x goes to 0. Makes our job much easier, okay? Now take a derivative of f prime x. So we know that f of x is minus 1 plus sine x divided by 1 plus sine x, the whole thing square. What is the derivative of this guy, f prime x? First, take a derivative of anything inside the parentheses. Okay, so derivative of numerator times denominator minus derivative of denominator times numerator divided by denominator square. So let's do that. What is it? Let me maybe write it down here. F prime x. What is the derivative of numerator? Is going to be cosine x times denominator 1 plus sine x minus, what is the derivative of denominator? Is going to be again cosine x times minus 1 plus sine x, which is the numerator, okay, divided by anything in the denominator 1 plus sine x square. Now this is just the derivative of in anything inside the parentheses. This one times 2 times minus 1 plus sine x divided by 1 plus sine x. Okay. Looks a little bit complex, but if you put x equal to 0, because we are going to evaluate when x goes to 0, right? Makes our job much easier. So limit of f prime x, x goes to 0 will be, if you put 0, sine x will be 0. Whenever you see sine x, you put 0. Cosine x will be 1. This is 0, this is 0, okay? What is gonna be the result? So the first parenthesis is gonna be 1 times 1, 1 minus 1 times minus 1 is gonna be minus 1, okay? In the denominator we have 1 square, which is just 1, okay, times 2, which is this guy here, times this guy, minus 1 plus 0 is minus 1, divided by 1 is minus 1. So at the end, we will have the limit of f prime x when x goes to 0 is 1 minus minus 1 is 2 times 2 times minus 1. That will be minus 4. Okay? Great. So Hopital is beautiful way to simplify the limits. Again, if even you take a derivative like limit of g prime x and then you come up with the 0 divided by 0 or infinity divided by infinity, take another derivative, second derivative. Okay, so that's beautiful way to simplify the limits. Okay, thanks everybody, and make sure you share my video to your friends. Hopefully that will be helpful for them as well. Okay, see you soon. Bye.